Hiya, Monk Sing Tipaklong here with Dangon Qigong. Today I specifically want to talk about Qi manifestations. You really got to get out of the Western metaphysical or supernatural concept of these things. These are normal Western words. They sound, kind of meta, but they're not. Bioelectricity is how I'm talking, is how we all stay alive. It's how our body recharges itself. And a manifestation, there's the less understood chi manifestations, and then there's the more understood ones. The more understood ones would be covered like me speaking. I am utilizing my bioelectricity to speak and make mannerisms with my face, my hands. These are all the physical, more known chi manifestations. Once again, just bioelectric reactions. I'm using my bioelectricity to interact and talk and move. So there's that. And then you have like the magnetic sensation between your hands, like in the "What is Chi? How do you feel it?" video. And then I really don't like to tell people about my Chi manifestations simply because I don't want to implant in your head what a Chi manifestation is supposed to feel like or what you're supposed to experience. In my personal experience, I've heard of a lot of interesting and perceivably metaphysical or supernatural Chi manifestations, but that really gets in the way of your ability to have this like awe-inspiring feeling or experience that would further encourage you to really lock in your studies and to really know that you're making progress. So you really gotta feel it and look for your own. I'll list a couple common ones here, which is the magnetic sensation, heat. When you're standing in a proper meditation stance, you will. I know people who stand for work tell me that they can stand for 2 hours, but when you're standing in these positions, your body heats up like nothing else you've ever experienced if you're doing it properly, and that's pretty common once you lock in the proper position. Furthermore, externally you can see in the karate people when they do their breaking competitions, that's a chi manifestation. Literally anything you're doing with your human body that involves using bioelectricity is a chi manifestation. I would go as far as to say, our existence is a chi manifestation of our parents. Like, they use their bioelectricity to perform this task, and voila, we're here. And then we have this amazing human body that we can also perform such things with. I think the biggest problem with this is people don't have enough confidence in what the human body is capable of and what the actual human potential is. And people also watch too much TV and they get concepts of like, what is power, what is manifestation, what is chi. And you have these things like, well, if you can't read someone's mind, you don't have any psychic energy. If you can't teleport, you don't have any power. If you can't become invisible, like all these things are TV. I can't speak. I've never met every human on the planet, so I can't speak for what everybody is or isn't capable of doing. But locking in these ideas as what you're capable of or what you're not capable of is very limiting to your imagination and your ability to attempt to understand the things that you will experience that you haven't experienced yet. So I highly encourage people to work on your meditations. Don't lock in ideas of other people's manifestations. Definitely stop locking in television and movie ideas of what a manifestation should look like or what power should look like. Become your own most amazing human. Become your own bar of potential of what a human can do. So that's all I wanted to say. Like I said, there's a lot of misinformation and miscommunication about chi manifestations. I've heard people obviously make things up because there's certain things that you're supposed to experience with your chi and qigong, and when people aren't making progress fast enough, they will make up stories of what they'll either make up stories of what they're experiencing, or they'll take someone else's story who is already and also made up and say, oh, I experienced that too. To give an example of this, I was talking about mind intent, which some people are born with wonderful skills of mind intent. I'm not one of them, not that I'm aware of. But I think the best example of this, not to seem odd, would be Mike Tyson. The guy could pump masses of bioelectricity into people's heads and make them go to sleep like that. It was very impressive. And if you hear his training, when he talks about how he trained and how he boxed, if you understand Qigong theory, you can see it's all like right there. That man was a natural Qigong beast, among other things. So yeah, so you really gotta let go of these things. I mean, people do these things every day, and yeah, you just really gotta stop limiting yourself based on the imagination of others. And speaking of mind intent, the real point of that is, I once had a boxing coach who is now sadly deteriorating mentally, but he's always been on this edge where he believes he was born more special than everybody else. So as I'm discovering all these things in Qigong, I called him once and I'm talking about mind intent. And before I can even tell him what it is or how it correlates to the human body or Qigong, he's like, "Oh, I have that. I can do that. Yep. That's what I do every day." And I'm not going to tell anybody what they do or don't do or can or can't do, but it was very obvious to me that he was just doing what he always did in the past, where, as soon as you mention something that a human is capable of, he has to instantly say that. And in my opinion, it's just because, we kind of lose face when we think that we can't do something. We lose some confidence or shen, if you will, if we can't do something. So that's my best explanation of chi manifestations, what to look out for. Keep your mind open, dare to challenge, don't be afraid. You know, just push our training to the highest levels that we can to see what a human's really capable of. And more so, this is for you. Like, don't worry about what other people can do. Don't worry about what I can do. I want to hear about what other people can do that I can't do. Like, that's kind of what I like to do with it. So, just take this all with a grain of salt. As they say, don't take it too much to heart if I said something that may have made you doubt yourself in your Qi or Qigong. Just keep practicing, keep training, it'll all come to you. All right? Thank you for listening. Thank you for your time. I hope you enjoy. Happy training, happy healing, peace and blessings.